war with Iran will mean the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, that is between 18 to 20% of the world economy. This is not something that the Americans can face, neither the Israelis. A war with Iran means a war against Iran, against Yemen, Iraq, Syria, and Lebanon. This is not something that the Americans can control the outcome, neither Israel, because they can start a war, but they can't finish it. Who wants this war to last as long as possible, to remain in power, and wants to drag the Americans into indefinite war because he is in crisis, and blame the Americans and not his failure of not succeeding in defeating the Palestinian resistance and free all the prisoners. This is why the Americans don't see a point in continuing this war. Had Iran not attacked, Israel would have went further to bombard more Iranian objectives and kill more Iranian officials or even diplomats, not only in Syria, but also in Iran and other parts. No respect would have been allocated to any Iranian diplomat or embassy or consulate anywhere in the world. And the strategic attack imposed deterrence on the Israelis, meaning if you attack us anyway, we will retaliate. And Israel, since 1948, has never been retaliated with so many missiles in one day or in a few hours. Iran has imposed deterrence, showed its capability, and revealed the capability of the interception missile of the Israelis. Had Iran wanted really to inflict serious damage on the Israelis, they would not have announced that they will retaliate, and they would have surprised the Israelis with a large attack coming from Iran, Lebanon, Iraq, Syria, and Yemen. But because the message was not to destroy Israel, but to send a clear message and warning that if you attack us, you will be attacked, I think the message has been received. If he is saying that 99% of the missiles and the drones have been intercepted, which means that out of 500, only 5 has reached the objective. And for 5, why he needs to retaliate and he's so excited on starting a bigger war? So he's inevitably lying, but we are used to the Israeli percentage, and I think we need to wait for a couple of weeks to learn about the reality, because the Israeli army always lie about the damages, and the Israeli media always reveal the lies a few weeks later. I think Iran has proved to be able to defend itself in its right according to the United Nations Charter, Article 51. I think the Arab country knows now that they don't need to normalize with Israel if they don't want to, because Israel is weak, but they better off improve and normalize a good relationship with Iran. And I think Iran proved that it's never attacking its neighbors, but that earning the favorism of Israel will not serve the Arab countries. And Iran showed that it's capable of hitting Israel, a step that was considered taboo since 1948 and 1991, and that was in the core of the Israeli ideology that no country can dare in the world to attack Israel. Where Iran broke this equation and showed to the Arab countries how incapable they are, that they should not be afraid of the Israelis, and they should form a coalition to support the Palestinian people and to stand against the Israeli crimes, and then earning the Israeli support will bring them nothing because Israel is weak. Well, it will certainly give a lot of confidence to the Palestinians that they are not alone. Secondly, it will give them even major confidence because they understand that their ally is very powerful and Iran is ready to challenge Israel. directly. And it has certainly, as we have seen on social media, given a lot of satisfaction to the Palestinian population that for the first time they were seeing Israel being bombarded. That brought so much happiness to their broken heart that Israel was breaking throughout the years for them, for their family, for their grandparents since 1948. And they have never seen anyone daring to challenge Israel as Iran did in its bombardment with missiles and drones. And I think this was the biggest gift of Eid al-Fitr that Iran offered to the population in Palestine they will never forget. I think what Iran did against Israel is exceptional. It has shown its challenge not only to Israel, but above all to America, where President Joe Biden told the Iranians just hours before the bombardment, don't, which means don't you dare to do it. And Iran said, I do dare. And that is a challenge not only for America and Israel, but also for all the NATO countries that are present in the Mediterranean, in the Red Sea, and in the Persian Gulf. And all of them have received the message that Iran has earned the respect of the world and has certainly earned the support of all the oppressed people around the globe, where countries today will seek the friendship of Iran because they know they are seeking the friendship of a very good ally and an ally that respects his word when it threatened to retaliate for the violation of international laws and implement his threat. I think it's a mixture because Iran proved the efficiency of its missiles and drones. This is the first time we see hundreds of missiles and drones fired by Iran, proving its capability, and these are not and were not the most advanced missiles that Iran has, which means that Iran was only sending a small message of its capability. And that small message is extremely significant because what about a stronger message that Iran wants to send the day Iran decides? And I think today the United States and Europe will think twice before addressing Iran in any threat. And this Iranian capability that was shown in attacking Israel comes when Iran is under the maximum pressure and the harshest sanctions that ever the Islamic Republic is facing, and yet it has managed to rely upon itself to improve its missile and defensive capability, and it demonstrated that, in fact, on the ground to the whole world.